What's going on, guys? Gear here with my 100x100 chapter 362 review slash reaction. I'm not really big on the reaction things or whatever, as this is obviously my first one, but I thought I'd give it a shot since I actually like doing them and watching them on other people's channels. I was like, whatever, I'll give it my shot. If you guys just want my review, go ahead, fast forward to the timestamp on screen so you can just skip my stupidity of reading the chapter. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna put on my glasses though, so I'm not like looking right at them. This is gonna be an interesting video, to say none the least, and it's a face review for a lot of people, so let's read this shit. So the last thing was like the parasites and stuff, so maybe we're gonna start seeing some more of these people's Nen powers. So one of the most difficult traits to deal with parasite types are the fact that their movements can't be read. There are many parasite types that use someone's residual thought energy to attach to a host, and by borrowing that host aura, they are summoned. Because of that, the host character and what they are thinking or feeling heavily influence the parasite. Not to mention that even though these beings are almost not even close to human form, the parasites are still ultimately born and raised out of a mixture of one's human thoughts and the thoughts of the host as well, creating a complete tangled life form. You are also wondering if the prince could really choose to not participate in this war according to his personality. Of course, there are many. So then the real fight begins. After all, the princes return from the ceremony. Of course, there are many of the princes whose personalities would rather avoid a war, but from the fifth princess, that's translated really weird, none of them are the kind of people that would willingly withdraw from a situation like this. So it looks like Kurapika does not want to hurt the princes, but they're like, yo, F you, dog. So yeah, so then some, you know, dope picks. Kurapika, I mean not Kurapika, Hisoka, we got Chrollo there in the mix. How about forming an alliance between you and me? You're rather straight to the point. It's a clear and simple point to make after all. Tyson, the sixth prince, Lucerys, and the seventh and Sail, the eighth, all have no desire to fight this out, and Haukenberg the ninth isn't participating. From Cacho the 10th and down, they're too young and have no power or connections, which essentially makes this a survival match between the top 5. Furthermore, the top 3 are too ugly, arrogant, greedy, consumed by lux and excess. So it looks like these are the 2 bad guys, maybe? I don't know, maybe these are the 2 Parasite Nen guys. I don't fucking know, dude. They look kind of douchey, and like their comments are very, very douchey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see. They should all be purged. In that regard, we are quite in agreement. I'll see you next Sunday. That is, if you're still alive by then. So they know that they're probably like getting watched and gonna die type shit, and they're, who knows, dude. Let's see. The guardian spirit beast born from the pot. Holy crap, this is a fucking brick of text. Okay. The guardian spirit beasts born from the pot all are imbued with the same rule-like instincts. Spirit beasts may not kill one another, and spirit beasts may not directly attack a human with another spirit beast is protecting. These are self-controlling instincts, and then it's just a bunch of so it's pretty much just a lot of information regarding the spirit beasts. I like the fucking whale submarine that they're writing, dude. I wish I could write that. So holy crap. So one of the princesses has a huge ass. All right, so they all have spirit beasts on them or parasites on them already. That's what it looks like. Yeah, they do definitely have it. What the hell? This is like until one blessed chosen remains. Yo, the one on the sky on page 10 is very creepy. So then there's 2 more bodyguards, it seems like. All right, how will you explain this to Seri Ednick? God, these names are fucking terrible. There are phantom beasts crawling all about the ordinary humans. Can't see, so don't leave your room. How about that? That's full of taboo words. For example, ordinary is one word you absolutely cannot say to the prince. Can't see also carries a nuance implying that there's something that the prince can't do, so it's also out. Besides, phantom beast is liable to drive the prince's curiosity through the roof. Saying don't leave your room is pretty much the same as saying get out. I can't do this. I'll just leave it to you. If I explain it to him, then he will undoubtedly ask about Nen. The problem is, if I honestly, it's translated really weird, is if I honestly answer and tell him about my new abilities, he will most certainly want to acquire them. Well, we're the only 2 that can use Nen in this private army. So can't you just tell him that they're powers you have to be born with? What? Man, it must be good to be you. Hey, no matter how dumb I am, even I can tell when I'm being made fun of. All of the prince's bodyguards have already ended up hearing the word parasite type Nen beast on the emergency channel. So these 2 people have Nen. Will we see them? It's probably stupid Nen, you know, man. Let's see. So then we can just say it's a special kind of beast that was born with Nen powers. All the princes. Do you actually think that all of the prince's bodyguards are going to come up with the same convenient explanation that matches yours? To Prince Sarid, it will seem like a complete unknown power, so he'll surely use all the strength and ability he has to gather all the information he can, as will the other princes. If we're not extremely careful with our lies, he'll figure it out, and then it'll be too late to try to fix it, so then we'd end up in a situation where the prince won't stop until he gets Nen powers for himself. And then so these guys are just on a little tangent about that. Okay, Jesus, bro. So why don't you teach him Nen? If you do that, at least you can take some kind of precautions. What is it that you're worried about? Specifically, the prince's potential to use it for evil, right? I mean, what would really happen if that dude, whoops, don't tell him I called him that, if the prince actually acquired Nen? If the prince acquired Nen, it is inevitable. How about, for instance, we have him trained in his exact opposing Nen type, or maybe have him learn some completely useless ability? I'd love to hear more about that. For now, would you gather all the bodyguards together? Yes, sir. Since our only choice seems to be simply diminish his new Nen capacity. So this guy is definitely this guy with like the rocking what I got, you know, the mustache and the beard. And I don't really have much of a mustache or of a beard, but he's rocking it. He's rocking it better than I am. I'll give him that. Okay, so these people are still on about this. Without a doubt, he'll be asking everyone soon, is there any one of your bodyguards that can use Nen abilities? When that time comes, if you raise your hand, things should just naturally flow towards that outcome. All bodyguards assemble in front of the entrance to area. Wow, it's already time. My example was a bit extreme, but I'm sure you'll be able to make something work out. Not only can you lower the effectiveness of his training a substantial amount, you'll also be buying time. I can tell you don't think this is the best option, but you also know it's better than our present situation. So they're probably just going to trick the prince. If the prince is just going to get someone, like, these things are translated so weird. Like, they keep forgetting some words, so it makes me look like I'm an idiot that doesn't know how to read. But I assure you, it's the translations. If the prince is just going, get someone else to study under, then you're better off training him yourself. You'll be guiding Auntie to him, and even if just a little, you might be able to change him towards a better direction. I absolutely assure you that on this boat, the one person capable of doing that is you, Theta. So the girl's name is Theta. That's not fair. Well, seriously, do you think I'd be capable of doing it? It must be really good being you. So they keep having a little thingy there. So the girl's name is Theta. At least that's a normal name. Fuck, the princess, like the royalty's name is so weird. But yes, sir, understood. It's just as Sarvok says, I don't have any other choice. An evil mind will create an evil Nen. So maybe this guy Sarvok, it's either Sarvok is this guy or the guy with the mustache. If one of the other princes learns Nen first and attacks Sarid with that power, then his power would awaken. If a Prince Sarid were to gain Nen abilities that way, just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. The only way that can stop him? Don't look, Theta. Theta! Theta looked. Oh man, I see. There's a guardian beast behind my back, and although he is my ally, I'm unable to directly command him. This guy looks... Well, I could tell you he's like a black guy for sure. Like, for sure. He's like exactly like that black guy in season 1 of the, He looks just like him, dude. He has a fucking pipe like, Damn, I forgot. Morel, I think his name was. I forgot his name. The guy with the pipe. Let me see. I'm gonna Smoke Nen. Oops. I spelled that completely wrong. He's exactly, yep, Morel. I was right, dude. I'm so proud of myself on that one. So this guy looks like the guy in season 1 who gets Nen gone with the blow dart, and he got his number, but then Hisoka kills him. Looks just like him. And this Nen power, does it take time to acquire it? Yes. As a rough estimate, to be able to see would almost take an entire year. Then I ain't interested. Just like I originally planned out, I'll go for Tubebe first. With strange powers entering the fray, things may reach a stalemate. But if the princess and their soldiers above me don't have any knowledge or information about Nen, then I suddenly find myself standing at the very top. One of the organization members will stand by my side if all time shifts. If any other Nen beasts appear, I want you to report all their actions and movements to me. So this guy is going to go on the offensive here. Not a bad one. Okay, and this freaking weird-ass girl has a bunch of servants up the ass. Does she have a Nen power? This girl, I feel like, has a Nen power. There's a bunch of little stick figures. Like monkey-look-esque stick figures, like controlling people, it seems like. If the oath ceremony is the cause, then this means all the other princes have Nen beasts attached to them as well. I think my Nen beast will look like an angel. Do they really look like? Well, If I had to pick, I'd say closer to fairies. Oh, so that's her Nen beast, is like those little fairies, I guess? Man, that's weird. This is just weird, man. I swear, dude. This chapter, like, this little arc is just kind of weird, to be honest. If I had to pick, I'd say closer to fairies. Like, for real, I had no idea fairies were even an option. My mind's totally blown. Besides, I think fairies are, like, so much more me, don't you? But what is that thing behind her? It's just laying them. It's just like an ass just laying the fucking fairies on them. I'm sure my fairies are filling this ship all full with love. And then there's just a bunch of bitches partying. Yeah, it's perfect. You all better party your fucking brains out today. Got that? Yeah. Yeah, that's my boy. That succession war can choke on my dick. Fuck that shit. This is literally what the guy's saying. That's my favorite prince right there. He's gonna die though, for sure. What? A bunch of them dead. Is that Parasite? No, that's not Parasite. What the fuck is this? What the fuck, dude? Oh, that's Theta. Okay, so there's like a horse. What is this? Yep. Well, that trump card makes an appearance. You heard the emergency channel earlier, didn't you? No one knew what the word Nen beast meant. What about you? Do you know anything about it? Oh my god, that's fucking creepy. Dude, that is so creepy. That is gonna be the thumbnail for sure. Let me just copy that. That is definitely the thumbnail. That is as creepy as that gets. Oh my gosh. How many more freaking pages are there left? Oh, there's 2 more pages. Of all people, he is the one person that absolutely cannot be allowed to master Nen. Yes. A word that has to do with special kind of ability. Oh, as expected in my little Theta. By chance, are you able to use his power as well? Yes, sir. I can use it. Alright. This guy is definitely the mastermind behind it. I know for a fact he definitely is. This is the man. So that's pretty much it. I'm done reading it. So I'm just going to kind of review my little 2 tidbits of it. This man, I don't know his name yet. They have not said his name yet. He is definitely the parasitic guy, the parasite type Nen user who is controlling these people. He's sparking. I don't know about these Nen beasts because I can't remember. I don't know if the Nen beasts were, I think they were already there. I don't know. I feel like the Nen beasts were there, but I also think that they weren't. I think this guy is the one who's planted them on all the princes. And apparently Prince Subari or whatever, the guy who Theta and this other guy were guarding, is probably like the most dangerous prince of all of them because this guy does not want him to master Nen. So I assume that he's just either, I don't know what it is, but obviously he's definitely the one that can't know Nen. So this guy's going out of his way with some weird horse lady thing. And it seems like he also got control of Theta because it says I have no choice. Yes, sir, I can use it. So I guess either she's protecting the prince or she just got controlled. But that horse thing is scary as shit. And this guy's just creepy as fuck, dude. So that guy is definitely the next villain of Hunter x Hunter. Pretty cool. I actually really like this chapter. You know, it's a setup. It's really weird. Man, is this Hunter x Hunter getting fucking weird. But it is good. It is good. I give it that. They're introducing a lot of characters. So we do see Theta and her other guy. I don't know what they are, but they're Nen users. They're probably going to come into handy. You know, the Kurapika had like one scene. Like this was an entire chapter of no previous Hunter x Hunter people except for Kurapika, which is interesting because when you see things like that, it's like, dude, this is like kind of like a new manga, dude. Like, this is just weird, man. This does not remind me of Hunter x Hunter right now, except, you know, the mention of Nen every 5 seconds. The fat prince is definitely my favorite prince, dude. He's got bitches, he's got drugs, and he wants the war to suck on his dick. I mean, I don't know. That's goals to me. I'm excited, dude. I want next week to happen already. Like, I had a long day at work, long week at work. Sit down, read some manga, go on YouTube, review it. And now I want more, and I'm just being greedy. I want next week to happen already so I can read the next chapter, dude. I fucking hate manga that comes out every week. It's like every week you read 10 minutes worth of a chapter, and then you can't read anymore, and then a week later is when you read more, you know? Kind of sucks to me. But it's definitely interesting. I think they're building it up a lot. This guy's crazy. This guy is absolutely nuts, in my opinion. So we got to watch out for him. But yeah, I mean, not much happened in this, chapter for me to review about, but it's definitely getting interesting. They're definitely building it up a lot. They're building up this guy to be an asshole. I can promise you that. And we're going to see Theta and this other guy in action soon. I think Theta might actually try to fight back to protect the prince. Or she might be like, yo, bro, go protect the prince. I'm going to go, do my best to stop these people. And, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, this chapter was fucking creepy. If you guys go ahead and read this chapter for yourselves, just look at the images. I already read it for you. Just read the images and tell me it's not creepy. All these pictures are so creepy. They're so detailed and scary, man. I don't know. I love the illustration here, But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Not much a review. I do know that. But, there just wasn't enough information for me to review on. But I still wanted to read it and get my own 2 cents out of this topic, But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys next time on the next video. Peace out, guys.